Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for getting here on time. That's not always easy coming up the quays in traffic. Now, we have a video, it doesn't always work. Good morning. My name is Tallon. I'm CEO of Property District. And PropTech Ireland actually started as a one-year CSR, Corporate Social Responsibility Initiative. So every year for about the past decade, we've taken really one thing in the industry that we want to change, and then we champion that for the year, and we annoy so many people in the industry that they have to join us and help along. So previous initiatives, going back more than a decade, we lobbied for the property price register when data wasn't available. We delivered the first fully compliant shipping container home in response to the housing crisis when the planning authorities were very slow about understanding what could make alternative housing. We discovered that we could turn around a home in 3 days using only donated time and materials. So these are things that we feel very passionate about. For 2018, we got behind the vacant homes, vacanthomes.ie, which is an initiative by Mayo County Council, but across Ireland, to try identify vacant homes and bring them back into use for families. So our corporate social responsibility is something that we take very seriously. But back in 2016, we discovered that, obviously we were aware of maybe the property and construction industry had fallen short in terms of technical innovation. But what was really interesting is that we were being approached by PropTech startups or innovators who wanted to develop solutions, but they couldn't open the doors to get into real estate agents, to commercial landlords, and that's how PropTech Ireland was born. We just wanted to help innovators and connect them with the industry, so let corporate occupiers know what solutions were out there. As part of that, we rolled out what we called our Agile Agent Programme, and that's where we worked with a small number of independent estate agents, so non-franchised estate agents. And these were the guys who didn't want to get 10% better through technology, but wanted to get 10 times better through technology. And that was our Agile Agent Programme, which is still running with small groups that are really making an impact, and independent agents are really making an impact in the market. For 2020, we've identified that actually the key areas where we need to target, the innovators are there and they're finding solutions. In terms of problems to solve, there's plenty of them. But what we identified last year was one of the cogs in the wheel. Really, they were sitting at the decision makers table, the C-suite. So in fact, what we've started doing are C-suite sessions where we bring the CEOs, the COOs, the CMOs, and most importantly, the CFOs, because they hold the purse strings. So we bring them in and talk to them about the changing trends and why investing in technology across the built environment is important. And again, today, while it mightn't feature too much in the room today, it's important to understand that when we talk about the across the built environment, it's not just property and real estate management. It's really important that we focus on construction as well. So I'm not going to go on anymore except to point out what I think are the 5 key trends for 2020. I'm pinning my colours to the mast here. I'm willing to be wrong. And I hope today that other people will share with me what they think their trends for technology innovation in the built environment is going to be. So one of the things we expect to happen in 2020 is that a real doubling down of data. So people actually understanding and businesses understanding how data can be useful and that it's not a liability to be managed, that actually it's a resource to be used, but also how that can be enhanced with artificial intelligence and forms of machine learning. The second trend is that artificial intelligence is going to become a more ubiquitous technology across the built environment. And estate agents, urban planners and the construction industry not immune to this. One of the really big trends that I know we're going to hear about today is engagement. So this will be meaningful two-way communications. So in the same way that Netflix and streaming has replaced traditional television, podcasting is replacing traditional radio. Platforms and two-way communications are really transforming the websites of the future. I think that's going to take longer than 2020, but we're definitely coming to a place where we've explored space as a service over the last few years in the industry. We're getting to a place where we will be exploring platforms as a service for this industry. The other one is immersive technologies, so virtual and augmented reality beyond just for marketing properties. So actually using them for efficiencies, using them particularly across the construction industry for development, for safety. And I know we have some BIM experts in the room today. So we're finding, and also for placemaking, map finding, wayfinding, using maps. So there's so many uses for immersive technologies beyond just marketing a property that hasn't yet been built. And finally, I think we're going to see an exponential growth in BIM, so the building information modelling adoption for the construction industry. So I'm interested to hear if more of that comes up today, and I would love to hear views from anybody in the room on what you think the trends are for 2020, because quite frankly, none of us can be right today, but it would be really interesting to explore the possibilities. So thank you so much to the team at PropTech for coming over, for trusting the Irish market is ready to have this conversation about innovation. So thank you to all your team for being so accommodating, and thank you all for being here this morning, and I hope you enjoyed the event.